By the end of summer, even a well-loved garden can look worn out and past saving, but that doesn't mean your garden can't be brought back to life. In this video, I'm sharing what you can do to recover such a garden and set it up to thrive again. Start by walking through your garden, looking for any plant that has died or clearly won't bounce back, and pull it out. This stops pests and diseases from spreading from it. Make a note of the gap left behind so you can replant there later. Others will have survived, but with some burnt foliage. Don't prune them straight away. Wait until the weather is cooler. You see, those damaged leaves are still shading the parts beneath them, and their green tissue is still feeding the plant. If you cut them while it's still hot, you expose shaded leaves to burning and force out tender growth that can't cope with the heat. You also leave open wounds where pests and disease get in. For plants that survived but have diseased or pest-affected leaves and stems, cut those parts off straight away. Do this on a dry day because handling wet foliage helps spread pathogens. Then put those prunings in the bin instead of your compost, as the compost often doesn't get hot enough to kill the pathogens. To help the plants recover, water them deeply 2 or 3 times a week with a drip line or a soaker hose rather than an overhead sprinkler. Do this early in the morning or the evening rather than midday, aiming for about an inch of water over the week. A gentle seaweed tonic can also ease a stressed plant back into growth. And if your lawn is looking yellow and heat stressed, apply an organic iron treatment once a month until it strengthens and greens back up. Next, turn to the soil, because healthy soil is the foundation that holds moisture and nutrients and keeps worms and microbes active. If you have mulch down, rake it back and look underneath. Where the old organic mulch is breaking down, mix it into the soil and lay fresh mulch on top. Then push your hand into the soil to feel its condition. If it has dried out, water may pool on the surface instead of soaking in, and that's a sign that the soil has turned water repellent. If that's the case, apply a soil wetter to help it absorb water again. From there, add well-rotted compost or manure to feed nutrients back into the soil. In beds that are already planted, use a no-dig option like a liquid compost, which you water in rather than digging through the bed, so you don't disturb the roots. Afterwards, let the soil rest for a couple of weeks before replanting. Once it has rested, replant the gaps you noted earlier. The cooler weather gives the roots time to establish. Choose plants that suit the spot's sun, soil, and moisture. And in dry, fast-draining areas, group the ones with similar water needs together so they're easier to irrigate. Then water them regularly until the roots establish. Finish by spreading fresh mulch around the new plants, which slows evaporation and buffers their roots from temperature swings.